The Ninja BL610 is popular for good reason. It's affordable, feels heavy duty, and is versatile enough for everyday blending. But does that mean it's the right blender for every kitchen? Not exactly. After putting it through hands-on tests, we found plenty to like, but also a few limits worth knowing. Nothing felt like a deal breaker, but it isn't perfect either. So in this video, we'll break down what it does well, where it feels limited, and who it's best suited for. I'm Tina, and welcome back to our ShouldIt's Blender series. Let's start with the design. The Ninja BL610 keeps things simple from the outside. There are no fancy screens, digital displays, or complicated controls. Instead, you get a large 72-ounce picture, a solid motor base, and a clean bottom layout that is easy to read. But the part that gives this blender its strongest Ninja identity is the stack blade assembly. It's tall, removable, and built with sharp stainless steel blades positioned at different levels along the center column. Visually, it makes the BL610 look more serious than many basic countertop blenders. Of course, design is only one part of the story. So next, let's move into the actual test and see how this setup performs. But before we jump in, you can also check out how ShouldIt's tests full-size blenders. It explains how we test, what we look for, and how its score connects to the blender's performance. From there, we'll begin with the green smoothie test. For this test, we blended kale, apple, banana, pineapple, and milk. This was a harder mix than a simple fruit smoothie, mainly because of the leafy greens. Kale is thin and light, so instead of staying near the blaze, some of it kept getting pushed up against the sides. To have it along, we stopped several times to push everything back toward the blaze. But even after doing that, the texture only improved a little. So after 3 minutes, the greens still weren't fully broken down, and the smoothie came out a little grainy. It's clear that the blender didn't create a strong enough vortex to keep the greens moving through the center. So once the kale touched the blaze, it was quickly swept away. For most people, this may not be a big problem, but if you want very smooth green smoothies, this is something to keep in mind. Green smoothie, 5.3 out of 10. Number 2. Frozen fruit smoothie. Next up, we move to a frozen fruit smoothie with mango, pineapple, strawberries, and a little milk. The Ninja BL610 started strong. It shoved through the frozen fruit quickly without needing much help. But as the pieces got smaller, some of the mixture somehow got pushed outward and stuck to the sides of the pitcher. From there, the texture improved more slowly. To get an even blend, we had to stop a few times and scrape the sides down. Still, it wasn't too much extra work. After 3 minutes and 30 seconds, the smoothie came out smooth and creamy overall. There were a few tiny bits of strawberry skin and seeds left, but they weren't enough to take away from the smoothie. So if you don't mind having it along a little, the BL610 can still do a good job with frozen drinks. Smoothie, 7 out of 10. Number 3. Protein shake. For this round, we made a batch of protein shake with oat, almonds, dried blueberries, protein powder, and milk. Again, these ingredients were blended fast without much struggle at the first stage, but after a bit, the usual Ninja's behavior just showed up repeatedly. This means some of the mix needs a little help getting back into the blade path. It wasn't hard, but we pointed it out so you know what to expect. And after a little babysitting, the blend finally evened out and turned into a drinkable shake. The total blend time was 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It wasn't the fastest, but we still found it fine for this type of blend. The oat blended down nicely and gave the drink a creamy feel. A few small pieces of almond and blueberry skin remained, but most people won't mind them because they were minor and only added a slight texture if you pay attention. Protein shake, 8.3 out of 10. Number 4. Almond butter. For this test, we used 2 cups of roasted almonds and ran the Ninja BL610 at its highest speed. The blender started by grinding the almonds into small clumps pretty quickly, but once the mixture became dry and thick, the process slowed down. We had to pause every minute to wrap the sides and guide everything back toward the blades. After a few rounds, the almonds began to release oil and come together. From there, the texture became smoother and easier to work with. In the end, we got a thick, spreadable almond butter in about 4 minutes. It wasn't completely hands-free, but the final result was rich, creamy, and good enough for everyday use. Almond butter, 8 out of 10. Number 5. Ice crushing. Finally, we tested how well the blender could handle 12 ounces of ice, and this is where the Ninja BL610 surprised us the most. We've tested a lot of blenders on ice, and most of them either take a while or leave uneven pieces behind. This blender is different. Unlike the reverse test, its multi-level cutting design became an advantage here. The lower blades crush and crack the cubes, and the upper blades cut pieces as they bounce upward. So instead of the ice just spinning around, it got chafed and rechafed until it turned into a fine texture. Before we could even think about shaping the sides, the ice was already fully crushed in under 20 seconds. What stood out even more was how fluffy the ice was. It looked like shaved ice, perfect for any ice drink. Ice crushing, 10 out of 10. So taking all 5 tests into account, this Ninja BL610 achieved an overall performance rating of 7.1 out of 10. For the price, the Ninja BL610 offers strong performance that feels above what you normally expect in this range. Along with shakes and frozen fruit smoothies, we found it can handle ice cubes quickly and without much trouble. It also blends leafy greens reasonably well, though the result isn't always the smoothest, and you may still notice some texture. Design-wise, its build quality is decent for the price. It's not as premium looking as top-tier blenders, but it's not cheap feeling either. Better yet, its model is solid enough to stay stable on the counter and doesn't wobble around during blending. Another standout feature is the blade assembly. It's a Ninja-specific design, and it feels sturdier than a lot of other blenders. Overall, the Ninja BL610 is a good buy for the price and a smart choice for most people who want well-rounded performance for typical use without spending too much. And that's it for our review of the Ninja BL610 Blender. You can find more details through the link in the description or explore other options in our ShouldIt's Blender series. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you catch our upcoming reviews. Thanks for watching ShouldIt, and see you in the next video. Bye!